I just want to say congratulations on the series. I've already watched 4 episodes and time just flew by. It's so fun, but it's full of so much heart. Um,
Yay.
so I
Yes.
loved it. So congratulations.
Thank you
Thank you so much for
so
saying
much.
that.
I know it's getting like, since the world hasn't seen it yet, to hear that people are liking it, because I don't know, we're nervous. We want
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you have
There's a lot
nothing
of
to
weight
be
on it, you
nervous
know?
about. Oh no, everyone's gonna fall in love so hard with
Oh.
with the show, with both your characters. Every character is also so rich. And which, in a sitcom you don't always get. And it's really everyone's so beautifully complex. And I think that's a testament to your performances. So thank you. All right, well, first off, my question is for Hilary first. How does the series explore the beauty of being a mess and the power that we have to give ourselves permission to mess up and to continue to grow?
Yeah. Actually, everyone's been asking me about the role today, and I think that's a really lovely way to put it.
Yeah.
Is in my life, I am much more together than Sophie on the exterior. I'm a mother, I have a lot of responsibility. When you remove that from me, so I'm like, I have not figured out how like all the pieces to go together for my own self. And each year that I tack onto my life, I get a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more comfortable. But Sophie's just not there yet. And I think giving herself the grace to maybe not be so impressive on paper is okay, and she has this group of friends that she met on the right night at the right time that are all adding to her life in the most positive way of like giving hope that she's going to be okay. And then obviously there's going to be some tangled relationships in there, like love wise. And then, her dating is the meat of the other part of her, is like, she won't say no. She won't give up on love. And that's a really hard concept to stay strong at believing, because it's shitty out there. Like a date is an audition every single night of the best version of yourself, and it's exhausting. And and then if you open up and one thing goes well and then you get ghosted, and then it's like, how many times can you like let that happen? So she's really cool and she's really dorky, but I don't know. I've fallen in love with her, and it's really fun for me to get to play, have a little bit of more of a carefree life outside of my real life, with a girl who's trying to just get 2 feet on the ground, who's flailing, but flailing with other people that make it okay.
Oh, that's beautiful. I've fallen in love with her. I think she has beautiful vulnerability that she's starting to explore. And it's so true. I think as women, it's like we view being a mess as such a weakness. And I think that we're all going to kind of learn from Sophie's experience as she learns that that's not true. And
I hope so. And I really hope that the writers explore her not coming together as a whole once she finds her match.
Yeah, because that's true. I've been married for 8 years, and it's like you're still growing as a person. You're still growing together. And love is just one step in our beautiful journey of life.
And becoming whole.
Yeah.
I love
That's
that you put it that way,
like
Meg.
on your own.
Oh,
Sophie stands. Well, I'm a Sophie stan, and just like Sophie Hive rise. She is so vulnerable, and Hilary, you play her with such just openness, and it's really you can't take your eyes off Hilary, Sophie, Hilary. It's just incredible.
Oh, come on! No,
it's true.
We all our favorite character is Ellen to the end.
No.
Oh my God, Ellen is also so badass. I mean, I want to talk a little bit about how, she just moved to New York City from Iowa. She's going through a divorce. I want to talk about too the importance of seeing representation of divorced young women on screen.
Yes.
Breaking stereotypes of what it means and what it looks like. Let's talk about that.
Meg, thank you so much for that question. I think it is a type of character that we haven't really seen that much in the sitcom world. And, I think it's so exciting for Ellen to, just like everyone else, she's a mess too, but not, she is trying to throw herself into this new friend group and into this new world with optimism. I think that's what I love about Sophie and Ellen, is that they don't have a naive sense of the world, but they have a very optimistic, positive sense that there is an opportunity for something wonderful to happen. And I think that that's so exciting about playing Ellen, is to get to be this person that is, even given the hardships of, breaking up with her wife, that she is excited to take on this next chapter and gets to do it alongside people who are so loving and wonderful.
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
also so many people have been like talking about it's so wonderful that we're, getting to explore, Ellen's sexuality. She's gay, she's this, she's that. But like, I love that the issue is not her sexuality at all. It's her divorce.
Yes.
And it's like, I'm talking about that all day long. Is like,
Yeah.
no need for explanation here. No need for past trauma of coming out or whatever that may be. She's just here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's a really much more better way to have a friend group, it's just that's not even a question in the equation. Is
yeah,
100% human.
Yeah, I have read so many scripts that make the queer character a teachable moment, and those are important. But also, I love that Ellen is getting added to this growing list of queer characters in film and TV that just get to be, and that the conflict, like Hilary said, isn't coming from some sort of trauma of coming out. Like, she's out. Everybody knows it. There's no question. And that's never brought up. It's just what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. She's ready. I mean, that episode where you go to the club, FOMO. And she's like, I hit on 6 women and I got 6 guys. I'm ready. Like I was,
dying.
He missed the single scene. Very fun. Yeah, you guys kind of touched upon this a little bit, but how, both Sophie and Ellen, we meet them when they are a little, love is not meshing super well at this moment of their lives, but they're handling it in very different ways. So I would love to know, I know we can't give away any spoilers, but how throughout this season will they kind of lean and learn from each other when it comes to matters of the heart?
Ooh.
Oh. I mean,
I don't think we get to have that moment this season.
Yeah, I don't think we get to have that moment this season. There are moments like there is a line where Ellen is just honored to be one of Sophie's bitches, and and I think that's very true of the whole group. Like, I think we're all, like, as a friend group, very excited for each other's wins. And so, like, as Ellen, is very invested in what happens to Sophie, even though I don't think we get a moment like that, Hilary, but like, there are these group scenes where we're all sharing what's going on and what's happening, and everyone is so invested in each other's successes as characters, which is really, really cool to see.
I am actually excited for our first.
I know.
Like we've had a ton of scenes together, but not like so many one-on-ones. But I'm sure we'll have an adventure.
I cannot wait.
That's fun. That's something to look forward to. Like, your relationship will grow into that, hopefully. And
yeah, I will say something really important that happens in this season is between Tien and Chris, because they're siblings, not blood siblings. And it's so beautiful and adds such a complex layer to our show of estranged children that are products of divorce, that just we're living in 2 alternate universes of what they thought the each other's reality was. And it's really heavy and really makes you cry, like I cried when I watched it. And it's so beautiful to see adult relationships that are, siblings come together like that in this world away from where they grew up. And it's so sweet. So I'm really excited for everybody to see that arc, because I think a lot of people will connect to it.
Oh, absolutely. And kudos to the writers for
Yeah. Oh my God, the writers.
Little darker, scarier moments of life where maybe you wouldn't as much approach that in a sitcom. And I think that's why this show is kind of breaking boundaries. And like I said, everyone's going to fall in love and relate to it. My last question is kind of a fun one. So I love how, Sophie's waiting her whole life to to walk across the Brooklyn Bridge, which is something I've never done. And I lived in New York for 5 years, to cross the Brooklyn Bridge with her, one and only person she loves. And then decides to sort of say, hell with it. I'm going to do this for myself. And she walks with her newfound friends, which was a really sweet moment. Do y'all have a Brooklyn Bridge moment in your life, the act of kind of doing something that you were waiting for, but you just decided to do it for yourself, and rather than waiting to find the right moment or the right person to do it with? So like an empowering moment for yourself. Tricky.
That is such a good question.
I probably have a lot if I were to really like sit down and think about it. When I was married before, we went to Hawaii every year. And then I got divorced shortly after I had my son. And I was like, okay, we're going to Hawaii every year, him and I. Yeah. And so we did that, except for pandemic years, of course. So now we're owed a very extra long trip to Hawaii. But that was kind of like a tough pill to swallow, I guess, in like a moment of pain of like, oh, we used to all do this together. And then I enjoyed it so much that I was like, I'm doing this every year with him by myself, come hell or high water, That's beautiful. Yeah, so I'm sure I have many other little victories like that, but that's been one that's been really meaningful.
That's
I love that so much.
Yeah.
Oh, Hilary, what am I going to follow that up with? Like, I've always wanted to skateboard.
Just as good. I have no balance.
I would say something that I like just kind of struck out on my own was maybe trying to do stand-up for the first time by myself. I decided to do it right after a breakup. I had never done it before. And I think
I cannot imagine doing that. No.
Terrifying.
You got like cojones for days, girl.
I mean, I still feel very scared, but in that moment, I think it was something that I really needed, because it was at my first open mic was at like a very, very queer party. And so it was more of like trying something comedy and then also throwing myself into the queer community in Chicago that I had not done before, because I did that classic thing of dating the first lesbian that I met after school. And so, yeah, I would say that would be my Brooklyn Bridge moment.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. I'm very inspired by y'all. I gotta I'm like thinking the last time I had a Brooklyn Bridge moment, and I gotta think of one, because we all need those moments. And this show, I think, is gonna do that for a lot of folks out there.